Hi, welcome to interview.com. Interview.com is a job portal. If you're looking for a job, you can log on to interview.com and you can post your resume with us. In this video, I'm going to tell you, give you a list of 45 JPA Java Persistent API interview questions. The idea here is to just give a list of questions and so that you can start preparing for your JPA interview, JPA Java interview. What is JPA and its key components? What are the advantages of Java Persistent API? What are some of the main features of Java Persistent API? What is the difference between persistent.xml file and hibernate.cfg.xml file? What is an entity manager? What is an entity? Entity is it's like a POJO and it exactly maps to your current database table. Why to use JPA, Java Persistent API? The sense I would say it's like a wrapper. The developer has to deal only with Java objects, and it does not need to worry about the SQL queries, because JPA takes care of executing the SQL queries and preparing the SQL queries for you. So you have to only deal with domain objects, the Java objects. What is embeddable class? What is persistent fields? What is persistent properties? Explain the life cycle of a JPA entity. What is JPQL? Example of an entity with embedded class. How to insert a record mechanism using JPA. How to fetch a record using named query. Explain entity and table annotations. These are useful for Java POJO Java class, which will exactly map your database table. Like you will have a column, you will have a ID generator, and you will also have annotations like one to one and one to many, many to one, and many to many relationship annotation on one of the attribute. What are the different types of multiplicity in entity relationships? Explain one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many relationships. Okay. What is the difference between joint column and mapped by? Joint column is like the owner will have a column to it's like it will have the foreign key. It will have a foreign key to get the other tables objects. So mapped by, it's like inverse relationship. Like it will be useful in the bidirectional relationship. Okay, for example, employee has employee details. Okay, so when I have employee key, I can get the employee details, like using join column. But the customer says that using employee address, I should also able to get the employee. Then in that case, mapped by comes into picture. So if you use mapped by, so using the same foreign key relationship, we will be getting the employee detail using the employee detail using the employee details table. Okay, when to I would say employee object using the employee detail object. When to override equals and hashcode method. When you are using a key, multiple attribute as a key, then you should concentrate on hashcode and equals method, because you need to generate a unique key to identify. Explain unidirectional bidirectional relationships in JPA. What are the different types of cascade operations for entities? Explain cascade type all. Cascade, I would say, for example, you have parent and child, and you're saying that cascade all means whenever you do some operation on the parent table, that will be automatically applied to the child table. For example, I remove an employee row, okay, using the ID. Cascade all means the employee detail in the other table will be, so for example, employee address in the other table will be removed. Okay, what is mapped superclass? This is an annotation where, for example, you have a class ABC, these three class, and you want to have common attributes among these three classes. Okay, but you don't want a table for it. Then in that case, mapped superclass comes into picture. Mapped superclass will have attributes which will be inherited by the other say ABC POJOs, but there will not be any corresponding table in the database. That's where mapped superclass comes into picture. What are the different types of entity inheritance mapping strategy? We have single table, joint table, and table per class. We have a single table, you have only one table, and joint table and table per class. For each entity class you will have a table. Explain single table per class, table per concrete class strategy, joint subclass strategy. What is compound key, primary key? Okay, can we have entity mapped to more than one database table? Yes, you can have. You can check what is secondary table. What is annotation used to denote that the field is large object? You can have at LOB. What if I want to use Java Persistent API outside of the Java J2E platform? What is a JPA entity primary key? What explain the lifecycle methods for a JPA entity, like pre-persist, post-persist, pre-remove, post-load. So these are the annotations used for lifecycle methods for a JPA entity. What is JPA named query? What are the different types of generation strategies for the values of primary key? How can I use strategy to generate the primary keys for my table? So you can mention in your entity class what is the strategy you are looking. So auto strategy, identity strategy, sequence strategy, and table strategy. You have to explain what is auto strategy, identity strategy, sequence strategy, and table strategy. Explain sequence generator. It's like you can give an hint to the JPA that this is my first starting value and this is my allocation side. So, and you can also select your algorithm. Okay, so how the next value should be generated. Okay, and the last one is explain index management. At index is unique, so you need to check these annotations. So these are the 45 important JPA interview questions that I'm trying to give you. The idea here is to start your JPA interview preparation. You can have these questions and try to find out answers for this. It will be really helpful for your interview preparation. Thank you and all the best for your interview. If you like this video, please press the like and subscribe button. Thank you.